Let's review the sports you just learned. Repeat. Der Football, der Fußball, der Basketball, der Volleyball, das Tennis, das Golf, der Baseball, das Eishockey. We recently learned this verb, können, to be able to or can, and how it's conjugated. Ich kann, du kannst, kann, sie kann, es kann, wir können, ihr könnt, sie können. We learned again that it's a little bit unusual because the singular forms on the left-hand side have a vowel change. The O umlaut is an A instead. Ich kann, du kannst, der kann. And the Ich form doesn't end in an E like it normally does. The Er, Sie, and Es form doesn't end in a T like it normally does. And the Ich form and Er, Sie, and Es form are, as a matter of fact, exactly the same. And we learned wollen recently too, the verb to want to, and it works the same way. It's ich will, du willst, er will, sie will, es will, wir wollen, ihr wollt, sie wollen. Once again, the singular side has a vowel change. Instead of an O, like the plural side has, or like the infinitive has, it has an I. And once again, the ich form is the same as the er, sie, and es form. And we learned this as well. To take a sentence like I play piano, ich spiele Klavier, to add those two words, I can play the piano, for example, is ich kann Klavier spielen. The verb spielen is forced to the end of the sentence in its full infinitive form. And if I want to say that I want to play piano, same thing happens with the verb wollen though. Ich will Klavier spielen. So let's learn another verb that works the same way as these two verbs. The verb is dürfen, to be allowed to or may. The way to say I may, repeat this form, ich darf. Repeat the remaining ones as well. Du darfst. Er darf. Sie darf. Es darf. Wir dürfen. Ihr dürft. Sie dürfen. Once again, notice that the singular side is different than the plural side. There's a vowel change. The singular side takes an A instead of the U umlaut. And also, once again, the Ich form is exactly the same as the Er, Sie, and Es form. So, if I want to say, again, ich spiele Klavier, I play the piano, and I want to change it to, I'm allowed to play the piano, I may play the piano, I'm permitted to play the piano. It means all of those things. I would do the same thing I did with the last two verbs and say, ich darf Klavier spielen. Spielen is forced to the end of the sentence. So, we're going to do the same thing with the same sentences we had in the last lesson. Ich spiele Fußball. I play soccer. Make it, I'm allowed to play soccer. I may play soccer. Ich darf Fußball spielen. These should be easy. Du spielst Eishockey. Make it, you may play ice hockey. Du darfst Eishockey spielen. You may. You're allowed to. You're permitted to. Let's continue. Er spielt Basketball. Er darf Basketball spielen. Sie spielt Volleyball. Sie darf Volleyball spielen. Wir spielen Tennis. Wir dürfen Tennis spielen. We're allowed to play tennis. Ihr spielt Golf. Ihr dürft Golf spielen. Sie spielen Football und Baseball. Sie dürfen Football und Baseball spielen. Good. Now, if I want to ask a question instead and say, may I do this thing? May I? Well, the verb comes first when I ask the question, so it will in German as well. Just put darf in front. Darf ich? May I? That alone could be its own sense. If you want to just say, for some reason, may I? Just darf ich. But if you want to continue and say, may I do such and such, the other verb is at the end of the sentence, again in the infinitive form. So, if I want to say, may I play baseball, it would be this, of course. Darf ich Baseball spielen? I'll provide the icon, like I did here with a baseball. I want you to say, may I play such and such? In all cases, it'll be, darf ich blank spielen? Ready? Darf ich Football spielen? Darf ich Fußball spielen? Darf ich Basketball spielen? Darf ich Volleyball spielen? Darf ich Tennis spielen? Darf ich Eishockey spielen? Darf ich Golf spielen? Good job.